friends, welcome back to my channel, Reading and Retail. Hope everyone is having a great Friday so far. I thought I would jump on and talk about everything that I've been reading so far in the month of November. Now I did do a little short, 15 seconds. Wasn't very elaborate, so I thought I would come on and just share those books with you and let you know how far along I've come with the reading. So I do have my books on the side of me here. If you hear any noise, it probably is my heater kicking on. For some reason, the temperature has dropped dramatically, so it's kind of cold here right now. So anyway, let's get into the books. So the first book that I have on my November TBR, this is R.L. Stine's Goosebumps. This is The Dead House. Now I did choose this for the cover. I love the cover. If you've been watching me, I tell you time and time again that I love a spooky house. Now I have finished this. I did choose this book because it was shorter and it would get me more motivated to read a little bit more this month. I'm gonna try very hard to read a little bit more during the month. I've been kind of slacking lately, but during the holidays, work gets a little bit chaotic, you know, so I'm just gonna do the best I can. So with the help of the app that I've been using, I did finish this. This was a good story. I think I may do a little mini review on it later. I know that many people's probably already read this, so if you haven't, then that little review would be for you. The next book on my TBR, as promised, Agatha Christie. I'm going to incorporate one book a month in my TBR. This is The Body in the Library. Now today I was able to actually turn my audiobook on and pay a little bit more attention than I normally can while I'm at work because we were a little bit slower today. So I was able to focus more on the context of the book. And it did pick up. I am 71 out of 160. So we'll just call it a halfway point right now. I'm really enjoying this. It's getting more into the book. The beginning to me was just a little bit slow, but it's getting better. So that's exciting to me. Now this next book, this is the very first book that I've read, or I'm reading currently, from Fern Michaels. Now, I was not familiar with this author. I mainly picked this book up because it's a Christmas book and the cover is really pretty. Now, her picture is on the back, so this is the author. Now, one thing I did find out about this book, I thought this was just one book. This is actually 3 short stories. So I finished one of the short stories so far, and I enjoyed it. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and continue on, and I may do a little mini review on this as well. Now this next book I'm super excited about. So how this became to be, back last year, we got snowed in. We were completely snowed in. We could not go anywhere. The roads were down. All the offices were closed. I was pretty new to my channel. I was not monetized. The only thing that I could do pretty much every day was do YouTube. So I started jumping online and going live. So I was doing that a lot last year. Now, someone asked me in my live, have I ever heard of Dorothy Must Die? And I told her no. And if you're watching, I do apologize that I cannot remember who told me because it was last year. My mind. Now, this I am loving. This right now, I'm on chapter 17, page 157 out of 450. This, if you have not read it, this is basically a twisted version of what happens in Oz after Dorothy has been there. Some things accumulate with her, which I can't really get into because it's a spoiler. So what happens is another tornado ends up going to Kansas, and just like the movie, picks a house up, brings it to Oz, and drops it. So the new girl there starts learning about Oz and starts realizing that it was just not a story. Dorothy is real. The Wicked Witch is real. The Munchkins are real. But this is a very twisted and dark tale. I am loving this. Now, this is a series of 4. So I went and grabbed the other 3. I don't know what the order is because I had just grabbed them off my bookshelf. But Yellow Brick War, The Wicked Will Rise, and The End of Oz. Now, there is another book that's after this series, which is some short stories. I haven't been able to get my hands on it yet, but I will. As soon as it comes back in stock, I'm going to get those short stories. But I'm loving this series so far. I listen to this at work as well. Now, the last book that I've had this on my TBR for quite some time. I used to be a part of the Book of the Month. Now, if you're a part of the Book of the Month, you know that it's a $25 subscription, so with taxes, a little over $27. Now, if you've been watching me, you know I love thrifted books, I love old books, I love books from Goodwill, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, any place where I can get a book for $1 to $5, I'm all about it. So, for one book to cost me $28, I did it for a little over a year, and then I went ahead and I dropped the service. Now, this book I pulled off my TBR shelf because this intrigued me. If you watch me, you know I know something. You know I love something about a neighbor, a twin, a nanny, anything of that nature. This one is called A Good Neighbor. I have watched a little bit about this on other people's videos. I couldn't watch too much because a lot of people do in-depth videos, and I'm not one of those people. Now, where am I? I am 169 pages, chapter 26 out of 311. So almost halfway through. This I like. This has some twisted thoughts, action. This I can relate to, which I will tell you a little bit about one of the characters. One of the characters in this book is biracial. His mother is black, his father is white. So he has to go through life being judged as a black male, you know, with a white parent. So he's got to go through some controversy there. So I kind of relate with that because I have a white mother and a black father. So, you know, the interracial I get, so that brought me in right away when they introduced that in the story. This I'm probably going to do a book review on it because I'm very, very interested to see how this is going to play out with the storyline. I don't know if I'm going to do spoilers, but I may just go ahead and give an alert and say, hey, this is where the spoiler is. But yeah, guys, I feel like with these books, with this, let's see, I'm looking at the calendar. Today's only the 5th, and I'm already halfway through almost everything, and I've completed one. So I feel like I'm having a productive week. So if I can keep pushing forward like this, I'm going to try to add more books because all this behind me is unread. Yes, all this behind me. One of these days, I'm gonna get back there and I'm gonna count how many is back there unread. So yeah, guys, if you've made it this far with me, I appreciate you so much. I hope everyone is having a great beginning to their weekend. I hope everybody stays safe out there, and I'll see you in the next video.